Tell me why in high school, every time I would leave
I
the
don't know, but get her
classroom,
off the
it could be
screen.
any
Yeah, she off the screen, bro. I'm good off her, bro. Skipping class be like.
Tell me why in high school, every time I would leave the classroom, it could be any period, any time of the day, you step out the classroom and it was always the same 7 kids out there wandering around the hallways. You got the absentee Avengers out here posted up. In fact, if you didn't see one of the regulars out there,
Absentee
you
Avengers
wouldn't
is
even think they
crazy.
were in class. You just assumed they were at home that day. How are you going to show up absent for being absent? And you already know they got the worst, most non-believable excuses ready to go for when the golf cart security pulls up on them. Other than that, they're trying to sneak around the hallways. They were really out here playing real life Pac-Man. And they were
Yo,
always
oh
just
God, I was in the hallways playing Pac-Man. We had a security guard that walked around the school. Word 2 niggas was playing Pac-Man with that nigga.
randomly spawning outside your class. You'd see them through the little window, staring at the class on
Oh
the
God, I would pull up to my man's class, look through the window straight like this. Oh God, I would.
other side with a devious grin.
Niggas just
Like,
be
why
laughing,
are you
looking at the
never in
fucking
class,
window.
bro? And everyone sees them but the teacher. The teacher would take forever to catch on, talking about, what are you guys all looking at? Although, I can't lie, if you were ever wandering the halls, it was just something about walking past the classroom and you see the homie inside. You just
Yeah,
had to go up to the window and cause a
exactly.
disturbance.
I'm
Something on the
saying.
inside would feel incomplete if you didn't. I remember I took this class called media one year. It was in one of the school's computer labs. And the whole class, every day, was basically a do whatever you want on the computers for an hour type of class. There was
Bro, I love
definitely never
classes
homework.
like that,
In
bro.
fact, at least once a week, the teacher, he would just throw up a movie on the projector, call it a day. So nobody was skipping that class. I mean, you were already skipping
Yo, I love
class just
class
by
like that,
signing
bro.
up for that class. And so what it turned into was the class that everybody else who skipped class would just congregate in to have a place to chill, especially because the teacher, he did not care at all. He would let whoever come through, anybody and everybody, no questions
W
asked.
teacher,
All he was
word.
concerned with was pressing play on Shrek and then relaxing himself. That's crazy. I've never seen a teacher skip his own class before.
Yo,
Shout out to
word
bro.
2. I know teachers don't make no money. They get like 42,000 a year, bro. But 42,000 a year to just sit down and watch Shrek with a whole bunch of teenagers, bro. Is that really that bad, bro? Yo, is that really that bad, bro? Like, you feel me? Every day you get to come into a school and just watch movies for $42,000 a year. Is that really that bad? Like, more than you? Nah, that is more than me right now. Hold on. Damn, he is making more than me right now. That's tough.
But there were random
Yeah, that's actually, yo, bro, that's actually a come up. I'm not gonna lie. Almost $50,000 a year just to watch movies in the classroom.
kids in
Yeah, I'm
that
not gonna
class
lie. I
every
might
day.
become
I'd
a
walk
teacher.
in and wonder,
I might
you know,
fuck around
who's
and
gonna
become a
show up
teacher.
today.
Like,
Only class I've seen with 110% attendance rate. So them hallway hoppers, that was their HQ.
W
It was
method,
a hall
oh
room
God.
convention every day in that room. But the most wild skipping class incident I have ever witnessed, which blew my mind when I saw this, and this goes way beyond just simply skipping class. Because in high school, I played golf for the school, right? And one
Yo,
day we had a
imagine
golf
playing
match
golf,
against
bro.
a prison school, which is kind of a wild situation to begin with. Because my school is one of the smaller ones in the district. So I guess they put us and the prison school in the same division. So we were hitting the course with kids that were doing Grand Theft Auto and grand larceny and things of that nature. And it was on that day
Yo,
I found out
imagine.
the prison school even had a golf team. So we pull up to the course, right? We get in our groups and start the match. And in the group that I was playing with, it was myself and my teammate, a kid from a third school, and then a kid from the prison school, and his name was Bruno. And this match, I remember we were playing way on this far out remote course, somewhere in the middle of the desert. Took us forever to get there. So we were out in the boonies. And the way these golf matches worked is they didn't give us golf carts. So instead you would walk the whole course with your group. And the coaches would stop by maybe once every 30 minutes just to check in, watch a couple shots, and then drive off to a different group. So aside from that, nobody else is really watching you. It was just
What
you and your
school
group
got a
walking in this
fucking
huge
golf course? Like, what? Yo, bro, that's how I noticed. Yo, bro, I know this nigga's just a rich white kid, bro. Like, ain't no way. Cause what fucking school got a golf course?
field of grass and dirt out
The
in the middle
fuck?
of nowhere. So we're golfing with Bruno, and look, I don't know what bro did to find himself incarcerated, but he was a cool guy, at least on that day. And he was telling us all about jail school. He's like, yeah, the only reason I even joined the golf team was so I could leave that place and be out on the outside for once. And we're like 45 minutes into the match. We're on maybe the 4th hole when Bruno was like, yeah, anyways, guys, I wish you all the best in life. But as for me, I'm out. And then proceeded to drop his bag of clubs in the dirt and just started walking away. And he just kept walking and walking and walking until he disappeared. Bro literally disappeared into the horizon. The three of us are standing there looking at each other like, ain't no way. But could you blame him? This man saw his chance for freedom and took it. Forget about skipping class. This man skipped the entire prison sentence. Not gonna lie though, they probably found him like 2 days later at a Burger King or something, at which point he was most likely promptly removed from the golf team. And to be honest, they might have just removed the golf team as a whole at that point, because after that incident, they did not show up on the schedule again. I remember my senior year of high school, I only had 3 classes left that I needed to graduate, but I guess they had a bare minimum amount of hours you had to be at school every day, so they had me choose a couple filler classes to make those hours up. So my friend Omar, who was in the same situation, and myself decided to take gym class as one of our filler classes.
God, those were my
now,
favorite
once
class
the
every
school
time.
year started, we found out
good,
that our
Marcy.
gym
It was good,
period
Dre.
was the period right before lunch. And the problem with that was that the gym was on the direct opposite corner of the entire campus from the cafeteria. Like out of every singular building, these were the 2 that were the furthest apart from each other. So of course that meant that our entire class would be getting to the cafeteria dead last. We'd pull up, the line is out the doors, and then by the time you did get to the front, all the somewhat tolerable food was gone and you'd be stuck with mystery meat surprise. And then you spent so long waiting in line anyways, half your lunch was over by the time you did get your food. It was just an all around bad situation. So after many times,
bro, my senior year, bro, I started ordering food and going out and getting food, like ordering food to my school to eat, bro. I was done like eating school food and shit. Like by the time I was a senior in high school, bro, I just started ordering food to the school.
Through that, our class, we got fed up. We start thinking and plotting. How can we start skipping out on gym class early so we can get a head start?
During lunch, I leave and go get Chick-fil-A.
To the cafeteria, bro. Get some decent food.
Gucci.
You know, you finish.
That shit just made me want Chick-fil-A right now. I'm ordering Chick-fil-A right now.
They put a bonus round on the end. But the thing with gym class is the teacher sent us back to the locker rooms the last 10 minutes of the period to change and shower. So it would actually be pretty easy to leave early straight from the locker room, except for the fact that after we did this a couple of times, our gym teacher, she starts
bunch of students get out of school with a PE teacher for a run. Me and my homies stayed behind, and after we left,
yo, that's funny as fuck. Yo, that's funny as fuck. Nigga, your senior year was in 87. Yeah? I graduated 2021, actually. Yo, I'm so young, actually. Like, you feel me? Like, I only graduated 3 years ago. Damn. I was really in school 3 years ago, bro. Like, feel me? Yo, school felt so long ago, my nigga. Like, sheesh. Yo, old ass. I'm not old, bro. Y'all are just young as shit. Y'all don't realize, bro. Y'all don't realize how young y'all are. Y'all some fucking teeny
said
boppers.
She was gonna start handing out lunch detentions to anybody who tried to skip out of the locker room early. She actually created a rule. She allowed us to step outside the locker room, but there were these water fountains on the wall. She said if she ever caught anybody past the water fountains before the bell dismissed us, then you could forget about any lunch at all because you were gonna spend your whole lunch period in lunch detention. And so she would watch us, but she wouldn't be watching us every singular second because she would be in the girls' locker room 50 yards down the sidewalk. However, she would pop her head out of their door, but at random moments, you know, do a quick look around just to make sure everybody was behind her water fountain line. So if you were bold enough, you could try and make a run for it. You could risk it for the biscuit, literally. Now, if you thought you could time it correctly, you had to sprint out past the water fountains, past the girls' locker room, without her popping her head out and doing a random check. The problem was, even after you crossed the long sidewalk, you still weren't done, because then there was this little parking lot area they kept these little buses at, which was still in view from the locker room. So you had to make your way through all of that, and then after the buses, the hallway started up again, and you could disappear into there and you'd be safe. It was like a 3-legged thing. because there were definitely a few kids who tried to make a run for it and got caught right in the act. I remember one time this one kid, he was fed up. He's like,
Fucking
whatever,
dummy.
I'm just gonna book
Yo,
it.
Bon,
This man
yo, what's
starts
good,
flying
Bon
down
Berry?
the sidewalk. He's making his way through the buses, and he was so close to freedom, at which point she cracked open the door, swiveled her head around, caught him right in the act. She yelled loud down the sidewalk, told him he could turn around and run right back. And he spent his lunch in lunch detention.
That's
So it
tough.
was basically all or nothing.
Bro, school is always like this, bro. It's always you versus the fucking teachers. Like, on God. Like, on God. That's exactly how my school was.
Yo,